the ground. Welcome, everyone. My name is Zheng. It's an honor to be your host and MC. I have my amazing co-host and expert, Kristen White, with us as well too in the house. How are you doing, Kristen?
I'm so good. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It's an absolute honor. And today we're going to talk about some fun topics because I'm sure you're probably like me and you had a nice Christmas meal. And then for me, a little bit too much sugar, a little bit too many baked goods. And I'm like, oh, do I really want to do this right now? Thank God we have a cool product called Sugar Stop, by the way. But still, even with that, I'm thinking I want to hit the new year strong, get to my best health, my best physique, and everything as well too. So today I wanted to bring to the table Kristen White because we're going to debunk some myths today. We're going to talk about what the health pros don't want you to know and why, if you're anything like me, we set goals for the new year, for your health, for your wellness with good intentions. And then we fail them before. So today we're going to make sure that you're equipped. And by the way, we have a body balance challenge where you can win up to $1,000 and you can transform with all of us. So it kicks out January 6th. So stay tuned. We're going to talk more about that. But if you are interested in that, put balance in the comments below. Talk to the person that connected you to this, and we will talk more about this in the end as well too. But before we get into there, we want to make sure that people are well equipped. And Kristen, I know you well, and in the partner co world, a lot of people know you well. But for those of us that don't know you, do you mind sharing with us a little bit about your background in health and wellness?
Yeah, sure. I joined the fitness industry in 2003, which sounds crazy to me because now it's like, oh, it's been like 20, almost 22 years ago.
You were
Um,
born, you started the industry when you were like five.
Thank you. Yes, absolutely. That's correct. I will be 40 in
Wow.
February. I like to say our products are keeping me like at the 30 mark, like looking wise and
Oh yeah.
feeling wise. Um, but so, anyways, I've been in the fitness industry for quite a while, been personal training for 10 years, and I've owned a gym for 7. Have obviously my personal training certification, and then I don't know how many additional other little, certifications like Pilates, TRX, boot camps, cycling, all those things where you can just pick up other things to learn how to teach people along the way and just learn different modalities. But I do this all day, every day with fitness, and then learning new things about supplementation and ingredients is literally just my passion. So when I'm not working out, I'm probably listening to some sort of podcast, doctor reading something when it comes to an ingredient, whether it's, what vitamin C can do for you, what vitamin D can do for you. And then obviously, I want to be able to translate that across the board to our products. And so
Mm,
I can share it with everybody to say, this is why we should use this, how to take it, and all the things. So makes it
wow.
beneficial for everybody.
Wow. I love that, Kristen, because in the fitness world, I think there's a lot of like, for lack of better terms, bro science that goes around, being someone that want to
Yeah.
be fit myself, right? So there's a difference of being fit versus being healthy and well. And that's what I appreciate about you because you really do take care of the inside out and you're healthy as can be. I got to share this because there is a program, if you're not familiar with our body balance system, that balances hormones and helps to burn stubborn fat. And Kristen, we were talking right before this about your transformation, and I still can't believe this, but wow,
That's me.
congratulations.
All those three bodies are mine. Yes.
Wow. Wow. Walk us through. So just kind of a spark note version. What happened in this journey and what were some of the key things that helped you to break through?
Yeah, I'd love to. So obviously when we're going to be kicking off the body balancing program, and that's going to be really centered around the Slenderize program, which I always say, if you look at the picture on the far left, I will say that is, I mean, I just had a baby. I mean, a
Mm,
couple of months after I'd had a baby. And I was really feeling defeated at this time. and I gained 65 pounds. And I will tell people I've used the Slenderize drops since 2013. Okay.
Mm,
So they're not a new product to me. And I always like to tell people they are really a tool.
mm,
And if you don't know anything about the diet industry, people, it is a billion-trillion-dollar industry. They really like repeat customers. And I
mm,
want you to look at those pictures. If
hmm.
you
Yeah.
had the 2025, right? And the really cool thing about this product is I didn't go back to that. I got better,
Mm,
right? That picture is from 2015. The one on the far right, I'm much older, by the way,
mm,
on the far right.
mm,
And the diet industry actually wants repeat customers.
mm,
What I love about this program is we really don't. Now, if you want to go back to the drops for a different reason, wonderful. But we really don't want you to find the fat again. We just
mm,
want you to keep getting weller. We want, is that a word?
mm.
We
Yeah,
want you
it
to,
is now.
oh yeah, it is now. We want you to keep getting better and feel better and look better and mind, emotionally, physically, all the things. But at that point, I wanted to lose the weight. So I used the tool again to get the weight off. The
Mm,
middle picture, I was back to a weight I liked actually, but it was a fitness thing. And I was like, what can I do again? And
mm,
so I was like, let's go back in and let's incorporate. So I use the drops intermittently
mm,
to go for whatever it is I think I need to go for now. I'm
mm,
approaching 40, so now I use them honestly for emotional reasons and hot
mm,
flashes. And
mm,
but it was different then. And
mm.
that's what I love about the program is it really is a y'all the name of your page is 360 degrees, which is
Yeah.
I love that because it really is a 360 degrees to wellness
Mm,
because there's so many different things that the drops can work on in the system that it can activate, whether it is the thyroid, the endocrine system, whether it's the emotional, the anxiety, all the skin,
mm,
all like it really can highlight whatever is needed at the time, the sugar. Um, and that's why I love to pull them back in routinely until, it's maybe it's time to let go of them for a month or two. But if I'm like, oh, I need them again, my sweet tooth's out of control, I'll pull them back in.
mm,
So to me, that's why I find them the best tool.
mm.
They can be a lifestyle tool. So
That's
obviously,
huge.
this is what they can do.
Yeah. Wow, Kristen. Congratulations. You're getting lots of love in the chat. And I hope everyone got this because everyone's got different health goals, right? You might be like, well, must be nice, Kristen. I wish I kind of looked like your before picture. Hey, everyone's on their own journey. I'd actually submit it's if someone like Kristen can go from where she started from to where she is now, that's harder. Like, because it's like there's only so much to be able to chisel away at. So if it can work for you, it can work for me for sure. It can work for anybody. And we have so many different types of people that are on this program, guys. That's what I love about this. I've been using the drop since 2012. I was able to get abs myself on this as well. And once again, this is not just about getting fit and abs. It just happens that it's us two talking about this. So it is not it is not a new product. So to give you guys some confidence in that, but every shape, every size, every focus. Kristen, you talked about body
Yes.
balancing and hormone control. We'll dive into that as well too. So I just want to submit for everybody. It's a tool that's been tried and true, over a million sold, healthy, natural, works for all different types of people. But I want to ask you this, Kristen. You touched upon the diet industry. And something that I thought before I understood supplementation is I thought all you needed to do if you wanted to lose weight or to lose fat was just diet and exercise, right? It's calories in and calories out, which metabolically makes sense. But is that all the truth, or what are your thoughts on that?
I do not think that that is all there is to it. Now, obviously, there's going to be some people who can disagree with that, but I've trained too many women that will say, Kristen, I have eaten, I've restricted my calories, I've exercised 5 days this week for an hour a day, and I'm up on the scale. Help me explain this. And they could be up in water weight. They could, it could be water retention. They could be inflamed. There could be, other reasons, but maybe their thyroid isn't working properly.
Mm,
Maybe their hormones are out of balance. Maybe they're in a toxic overload.
mm,
They're chemical, like they're exposed to a lot of chemicals. I don't know what kind of deodorant they're using. I don't know what
mm.
fumes they're putting off in their, Glade air all day. I don't, all of these things can actually cause you to keep weight on. And,
Wow.
you have to really sometimes dive deep into it. But what I love about the drops is it does address thyroid. It does address your endocrine system. It can help pull toxins out. So we are addressing all these different things that many people encounter. So
Mm,
again, whether you're in the United States, whether you're in Canada, or you're in China, like a lot of these things are universal.
yeah.
So that's why they work for everybody
Yeah.
on the globe,
Yeah.
because we're all encountering these things. So I don't really believe in the calorie. I mean, yes, that's going to work for some people, but for some
Mm,
other people, especially females,
mm.
it can be more complex than that.
Makes
Uh,
sense.
and I'm a huge fan of supplements because it's very hard to eat all your vitamins and minerals, especially at this day and age. And if you are undernourished, your cells are just not going to thrive.
Mm,
And the best thing you can do cellularly is feed them those micronutrients and
mm,
give them the best fuel to do their job.
mm.
So
That just
that
makes
will that
sense.
yeah, that can accelerate your progress.
Got it. Okay. Guys, this says a lot coming from someone in the fitness industry, right? So, um, thank you for sharing that because I think a lot of us can resonate, Kristen, because I'm curious in the chats if you've ever tried hard to diet and to exercise and you still couldn't get the health and fitness results you wanted, put a me in the comments. Like that was me. I was a yo-yo dieter. I grew up a chubby kid, Kristen. So I just did everything I wanted to or could do to try to get fit and I was stuck. And it wasn't until I got introduced to the drops I was able to overcome that barrier as well. So you talk about supplements, another myth.
Yes.
Because straight up, I went to UC Berkeley. I thought I knew my butt. I thought I knew everything. I was going to be a doctor. And straight up, I'm like, supplements, they're just expensive urine. Like, screw that. That's how they are making money off of us. And so you're telling me that there are supplements that can be effective. So are all supplements the same, or are there some in particular? Or like, what do you look for in a supplement?
Well, first thing I'm going to look for when I tell people, is it a quality supplement or is it a cheap supplement? First, I always go to that's the first place I'm going to go is to the other ingredients
Mm,
and see if there's fillers, binders. I'm going to see if it's a capsule, if is it a tablet. I always want to go for a capsule. I'm not going to do a tablet. Your body's hardly going to digest a tablet.
mm,
Um, it's going to have a lot of binders in it. And it's just hard to digest. The
mm.
number one reason sewers get clogged up is because of tablets, by the way.
Dang.
Yeah, so people just can't digest them. So lots of cement style stuff in them. So,
Wow.
anyways, let's go for capsules, and then let's see what kind of flow agents are on them. Let's see if we have stearates on them, silicone dioxides on them. Um, I always go there first. If those are
Mm,
looking pretty good, then I'm going to go to the actual ingredient side
mm,
and see what kind of real ingredient is in there. Is this from a whole food or is this a synthetic
mm,
form? And I get the fact that synthetics were made because, in, the 50s and 60s, 70s, they were dealing with vitamin deficiencies. Like, we don't want kids to have rickets and we don't want them to have scurvy. Like, I get that. And there was a place for them at the time. Um, but, we're kind of past that now. So, let's look for the actual food form of those and not go to a synthetic form. So that's where I'm going to go to now is look for, are they synthetic or are they going to be from food based? And if they are synthetics, I'm going to choose to try to find an all natural form.
Makes sense. That's a pretty
Yes.
simple list. So, guys, think when you look at any supplement, I'd say the brand, because how you do something many times is how you do everything. So, do they go capsules over tablets?
Mhm.
Stearates, which are the flow agents for the actual manufacturing, do they use them? You'd be surprised, most of them do. Look in the other
Yes.
ingredients. And then the actual ingredients, are they synthetic? Are they like whole food source? Are they real stuff? What you
Yeah.
make them out of, is that's why a real Louis Vuitton costs way more than a fake Louis Vuitton, right? So
Very true.
got it. Okay. And that extends to the drops as well too, because they're not a capsule, they're liquid form, but they're definitely
Hmm.
powerful in itself. So talk to us a little bit about these body balancing drops. And for those of us that are not aware, like what are they and what do they do from your perspective?
Yeah, so from my perspective, obviously bottle one is the Slender X drop, and this is going to be our 11 plant leaves, homeopathics. And in this, we have the ingredients that are going to help support the thyroid, the endocrine system. This is going to be the one that I like to say kind of cuts that sugar craving, but
Mm,
more so, also more so in this one, people think that bottle two is the one that helps your mood, and it is. But there are actually ingredients in bottle one that help with anxiety, stress. And that's the reason why we can kind of get that sugar craving down as well. Because when we want something sweet, do you not just kind of get consumed with it?
mm-hmm,
Like you think about it and you're like,
mm,
I really want that sweet. I want something sweet now. And you won't quit thinking about it until you go and get something sweet. Well, one of the ingredients, actually, the reason why it can help calm the sweet tooth down is because it takes the anxiety away from wanting the craving of the sweetness. So
wow.
there are ingredients in there that will help calm that down as well. So all around, when you can get your emotions wrapped around not the diet, because I don't like calling it a diet, but when you can get your emotions wrapped around doing the approved food list, you also have more success.
Mm,
But again, we're getting things balanced with our hormones, we're getting the thyroid supported, and we are making it where we eat less. So you
mm,
kind of put all that in together, you are set up for the weight loss portion if it's desired. And then
mm,
bottle two is our accelerate. So we know we're getting methylcobalamin, which is, we know that it's the natural form of B12. It is the methylated form, it's the most bioavailable form of B12. It's what we're looking for when we go look for the supplements. We have ashwagandha in here, we have rhodiola in here, we have some rose hips in here and biotin in here, which is good for hair, skin, and nails. But the ashwagandha and rhodiola, those are adaptogens. So those are specifically going to help with stress in the body. And stress, what does that mean? That means cortisol. So if your cortisol is up, that is a sister hormone to insulin. Whether you're eating sugar or not, if cortisol is up, guess what else is up? Insulin. And if your insulin is surging, you are in fat storing mode, not fat burning mode. We want you in fat burning mode here, okay? So we want cortisol down so insulin can go down, so you can keep your metabolism churning and you can keep burning, okay? So again, it is what I like to call that 360 degrees to health and wellness, because we want you to get rid of fat and never find it again. And again, I always like to say, we like repeat customers because we're in business, but we don't want you to be repeating because you got fat again. Like I don't want to get fat again. I don't want to
yeah.
see that picture. I just want to repeat them because I want my mind to stay healthy. If they
Mm,
feel good, I have energy, I sleep good. I keep the sugars, I
mm,
keep the sweet tooth away. And I get that that's why I use them, but I don't want
mm.
to have to use them because I had to go back to my big girl clothes.
Yeah, that's so
Yeah.
powerful. So I'm hearing you say, Chris, it is these target something very different from a lot of programs out there. You're going for the root of why our bodies are the way that they are, which
Yes.
is the hormones themselves. And once those are balanced, then it just uncaps your body's potential. And it's much easier to sustain what we're supposed to do and actually sustain the results as well too. We definitely don't want yo-yoing going on. So many people spend so much time, energy, and money every year doing the same thing over and over again, buying the next fad diet, the next fad program, spending tons of stuff where you could just do it once and then you're going to be good. And then you maintain that over the course of time or you get better. like you are all the
Yes.
time, you know? So perfect. By the way, if you have not got the drops yet, or if you've used them, put them in the chat below. What are some of your results? And if you haven't got them yet, talk to the friend that brought you here. I'm telling you, it'll absolutely work. Did you have more on that note right there, Kristen?
What was your
Oh,
question?
oh, I was saying, did you have more that you wanted to share on that note?
No, I
Okay.
think you've nailed it because most programs are just appetite suppressants, and that's why people do yo-yo. And this one gets us into wellness.
Yeah,
So that's why
makes
it's
sense.
perfect. Hmm.
And by the way, I see in the chat someone asked about day and night drops. There's two formulations for Slenderize. They do the same thing. They're different ingredients and formulations. I have day and night drop here actually, so I'm using them. They're pretty cool. And they all do body balancing. My dogs are really excited, if you can hear. They're different ingredients. They're all plant-based as well too. But if you want more information on day and night drops, talk to the person that connected you. We can get the information on that. All right. I also want to end our conversation on, because we're talking about body balance. And if you want to be a part of the body balance challenge, grab the drops, be a part of it. You can enter and you can register. January 6th, we kick off. However, fitness is something that is your like lane and your zone of genius. Kristen, so we've been running these challenges for over a decade. Every
Yes.
single year, the top demand has been, what do I do for workouts? Because I'm so excited now and I don't know what to do. So I wanted to ask you, because I thought in order to be fit and strong and healthy, I need to spend a lot of time in the gym. I needed to spend a lot of money, and it was too much on what I could do both physically and actually like time capacity wise. But what are your thoughts on fitness on that? And I'm going to mute my video. I'm going to stop my dog real quick.
Oh, okay, sure. I always say first fitness is where you need to be, where you've got to start. Maybe that's just starting with walking. And that's completely fine. Start where you need to be. If you're interested, we will be doing a boot camp with myself. That's going to kick off January 2nd. It's going to be 40 minutes on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and it would be 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. The cool part about this is if you decide you want to do it and you're like, I don't know if I can do that time, all of the workouts will be recorded and put in a private Facebook group where you can go back and rewatch them, do them at a later time. And then on Saturdays at 10 a.m., we'll have 20 minutes of core and abs and some mobility things. Um, that's also very going to be very beginner friendly. We'll have all levels there, but fitness is really about you. As long as you're moving, I just say that's good. Movement. Like, don't overthink it. If you're, just starting a routine, just start walking or join us because then you don't I think community is the best thing about fitness. I do group classes every morning, Monday through Friday, 8:15. And when you can get a group together, you're accountable to them. It's fun. And by the way, when it's instructor led, it means you don't have to think about a thing. I have to do all the work. So I get to make it all up. You just show up.
So love that. So just move and keep on moving is the key right there, right? Yeah, you're right. A
Yes, just
confused
show
mind does
up.
nothing.
And I
Yes.
will say, make it a priority. Make a date with yourself, like you've made a date with the dentist. Because if you don't do it, you won't show up for it. It
Mm,
has to be a priority.
mm,
It is super important. If you don't use it, you will lose it, and one day you will wish you made it a priority. I promise.
makes
So.
sense. Absolutely. Well, we got the whole package for everybody, Kristen. So, so much amazing information. This is going to be a fun challenge. So, just a reminder, everybody, if you're not yet a part of this, like we want to help you to actually succeed in your health goals. How do you do it from what we're talking about? Number one, get yourself in community, get yourself in an accountability, right? If you've been having trouble doing it by yourself, it's probably not going to work by yourself again as well too. So get out there and around places. That's what we're doing this body balance challenge. So January 6th for a month, we kick it off and you can win over $1,000 of prizes, have a lot of fun. We're going to give you a lot of encouragement and everything. So be sure to talk to the person that connected you on how to get this. Just get started on the drops, whatever other products you want, and just join in with us right away. You're going to be on to a better pace. Number two, use a tool that can actually prove it's proven to address root issues like the drops, like what Kristen's talking about. And then if you want to supercharge it, number three, then add on some movement, start to progress to the next level. So definitely, if you're interested, so just right, you're telling me you're doing 4 classes a week. Is that right?
Yes, 4 weeks.
God.
It'll be 17 for the month.
Wow. Okay, so you're doing 17 classes and it's how much is it for a month?
$29. It's
$29.
Yeah, I think it's like $1.70 a class.
It's like less than $1 a day for
Yes.
spot on fit. Wow. Okay. Who here, by the way, has ever hired a fitness trainer? Way more expensive. Kristen definitely charges a lot more typically, but she loves the community and she is one of the co-hosts of this whole Body Balance Challenge, guys. So it's an honor to have you on. And this is friendly for everybody. So even if you're 70 years old, right, Kristen?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll show modifications for everybody.
Awesome. Awesome. And the best way for people to participate in this boot camp is how?
All you have to do is I'll post it in the group page, but you just send a Venmo. I'll send you the Venmo link, and you just literally send $29, and then I will send you a direct invite to the private page, and you're in. And
Awesome.
then you'll get the Zoom link, and then you'll see all the recordings.
There we go. I love it. I remember, guys, and I'll have you have the last word, Kristen. But if you want to truly transform your body and health wise, I've learned it's 80% diet, nutrition, supplementation, 20% is fitness. So, yes, do fitness. But if you miss the 80%, don't miss that. So, do the challenge, get the drops, follow along with us, and then add this on. And you're going to have a recipe for success. But my last question to you would be this, Kristen. I'm somebody that's listening to you. I've tried a bajillion ways to get healthy, to lose weight. I'm about to give up. It's my last strand of hope. I wasted so much time and money, and I just think my body's just broken. What would you say to me about this challenge? And why should I, if I should, participate in it?
Yeah, I can actually, this is a good question. Because I would actually say that don't get caught up in the challenge here. If you really want to change your life here, the challenge is a great kickstart with us. But if you've struggled here and you really want to go and change your life, this is a way that we can kickstart you, but it's just step one. And we're going to be here with you for the long haul because you're going to need more than 1 month. We're going to need you for 2 months, maybe 3 months, maybe 6 months, because really health is more than just a month. And that's what really people don't understand when they do the other diets. They get the quick fix, but they're right back to where they started after 2 months, 3 months. We don't want that. I want to keep getting better. And I want James to get better. And I want everybody else that I know. I want my dad to get better. So it's really like, I love the challenge because it gets everybody to lock arms with me. But like, I want you to be here again in a year. And I just want to see how good you are this time next year.
Mm,
So it's really just the kickstart
mm.
to see how much better you feel this time next year.
Love it. Love it. Kristen, thank you for your service and just giving us that friendly nudge. Guys in the chat, if you would love Kristen to be your coach in any regard, put a me in the comments below. She's going to be coaching everyone that's in the Body Balance Challenge. Obviously, she's going to be coaching people that are participating in her fitness classes. So follow her in all of her things. Take a look at that information about her class. Thank you for your willingness to be on here after
Yeah,
Christmas and can't wait to do this together with you. Thank you.
absolutely.
Awesome. All right,
Take
guys. Hey, get
care.
back to the person that connected this and we'll